Hello, everyone. Welcome to South Mountain YMCA Camp's online classes. My name is Becky, and today we're going to be doing tissue paper flowers. This is a very simple camp craft, but I think also it's just very appropriate for this time of year just to learn how to make these really pretty light flowers that you can decorate your room with. You can put them on a wreath. You could put them around a mirror. You could put them just on the wall. And because they're so light, you can just put them up with anything. So these are going to be like our finished products. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do these today. Now, we don't need, I'll leave that there for now. You don't need a lot of things for this. All you need is tissue paper, and tissue paper that maybe you found, left over from wrapping birthday presents or holiday presents. So just need a couple of different colors, or you can do them all in one color. It's really whatever you would like. Scissors, and then I'm using pipe cleaners today for the stems. You see the little stems, but you don't have to use pipe cleaners. You can use basically anything that ties together. Could be used as a little stem here. It really depends what you're going to do with it. If you're planning on putting it in a vase as fake flowers, then yeah, maybe you want to do some longer, sturdier pipe cleaners. But if you're just thinking of, tying it to a wreath, you could just use some string, or even I've used paper clips before. And I'll show you how those work once we get to that step. Okay, so move this aside. So first things first, you need to select the type and colors of tissue paper that you're going to use. We'll move these out of the way. Now I have a couple of colors here. I have, for these that I alternated colors, I did a pink, blue, but you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. For this one, I'm going to do four different colors. I'm going to do a bright yellow, this green, a light blue, and a dark blue. Now, tissue paper is pretty big. This is a pretty sizable piece of tissue paper, as you can see. But you don't need that big of a piece. Basically, whatever you want to do. The bigger the piece of tissue paper, the bigger the tissue paper, the more layers you want, or the more sheets you want, because those sheets are going to form those petals for you. So if you have a really big pieces of tissue paper, you want to put a lot of layers in there just so you fill in all that space. But for today, because we only have this small space anyway, we're going to use, and I have this yellow piece already kind of pre-cut. This is about 1 foot long. So we're going to use this, and we're going to do these other 3 colors. So I'm just going to open up this piece of yellow that I already have, and we're just going to quickly cut so it's about the same size. Now, it doesn't matter. It does not have to be perfect. Flowers aren't always perfect, but it doesn't matter if our ends don't exactly match, because you'll see how we're going to make them look a little bit more symmetrical in a little bit here. So I'm just going to cut right down there. There you go. And move this bigger piece to the side. Okay, so I have my 4 pieces of tissue paper. I like to do 4. Again, I think they make really nice, even flowers just like this. This is only 4 sheets of tissue paper, but you can do 5. You could do 6. It's all up to you. If you wanted to do the whole rainbow of colors in there, that would be really pretty too. So, whatever you want. Now, you decide now what the order is you want. I've decided that I'm going to go from this light yellow to this light green to a light blue and then to a dark blue. So kind of that variant right there. The only thing that you have to remember is whatever color that you want in the middle has to be either at the top or at the bottom of your pile, because that's the pattern it's going to go into. So I want this yellow in the middle of my flower, so it has to be either on top or on the bottom of this pile. It can't be wedged in the middle of these sheets, because then it's going to be one of these rows. So this was on the top, so it's in the middle, okay? So next is our folding. Now again, it's okay if they're not exactly lined up. Get them as close as you can. We're going to fix that later. So the fold. We are going to do a fan fold or an accordion fold, however you say it. All you're going to do is you're going to collect all 4 of those sheets together and you're just going to fold them up. Now, you need about an inch fold. See how this is about an inch? That's all you really need. Any bigger, for this size flower is going to be maybe too big, and you don't want to do them too tight. You don't want to do them too small, because then you won't be able to see the distinct petals. So about an inch is perfect. If you have a bigger flower, like if you use the whole sheet of tissue paper, then you want to use a bigger fold. Then maybe you want to go 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Now, so I did that first fold. I made that first fold right there. I'm going to flip all the tissue paper over, and I'm going to do that fold again. I'm just going to kind of follow that inch line. Then I'm going to flip it over and do it again, and so on and so forth. So that's your little fan fold. So this is how you would make a fan if you were making, a paper fan or something like that. And it's also called an accordion fold, because accordions have that same kind of shape. Now, paper flowers, like I said, it's a simple craft. Anyone, any age can do it. But it is kind of a life skill. These were very much trending a little while ago. People were decorating, for weddings with them. People were decorating for birthday parties. So it is a skill that I think everyone should know how to do, because it does liven up a room, because you can do all these different types of colors, and you can do them for all the seasons. Now, it's okay if your fold goes a little askew. That's not a big deal. Again, flowers aren't perfect. They're just really pretty. So the same thing is going to be with this. It's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be very, very pretty. So just make sure that you're doing a nice crease every time. You want that distinct crease. You can see I'm going a little crooked here. That's okay. We'll fix it in the end. And you're just going to keep on folding all the way to the very end. It gets a lot easier once you get towards the end of it. At the beginning, you'll notice that, because you have just so much tissue paper, and tissue paper just doesn't like to cooperate all the times, it is a little bit unruly. Now, at the end of it, it's okay if you don't have like a true inch left. I did not have a true inch left. You can see that I only had that smidgen left. That's okay. Again, that does not matter. Okay, so you made your accordion fold. See, that's your accordion or your fan fold. Nice and easy. Just give it a couple more little swipes with your hand to seal those. Perfect. Now, next, this is where you can get a little bit creative with how you want your flowers to look. First, you're going to fold it in half, just so you have a crease. You just want to make a little crease there in the middle. Okay? Okay, perfect. Then you're going to take your scissors. And you remember I said it didn't matter if these were even or not. This is where we're going to kind of even things up. You're going to shape your flower petals, okay? So this is where you can do whatever shape you want for your flower petals. You can do a rounded shape. You could do a triangle if you want, or a rounded triangle. So basically whatever you want to do, whatever shape you want to do, you're just going to take off that shape. Now, remember, you don't want to do it too much, because then your flower is going to be really, really small. Okay, so you just want to take off the top of it. I like doing a rounded shape. So I like doing like a half circle. So I'm just going to nice and easy. It's a little bit difficult because you got a lot of tissue paper there. Do a nice little half circle, just like that. Move that off to the side, out of the way. Awesome. Just like that. Now, I'm going to fold it over because we folded it in half, and I'm going to do the same thing and just outline it on the other side. Now, you could try to fold them both in half and do the circle all at once, but the tissue paper is a little bit too thick to do that. My scissors are just not powerful enough. So now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side, just so it's all even and the same. There we go. Okay, so now you have two rounded edges that kind of just look like little flower petals. Yes, Leisha. Yeah. Weddings were all the thing. They were trending. They came back as well. Yeah. Leisha said she made them for her aunt's wedding back in the 60s. Yeah, they came back also roaring in the early 2000s as well. So now we have this little, we folded it in half. So now we have this little crease right here. That's where your pipe cleaner comes in. This is very good. Now, this is going to anchor your flower, okay? So this is just going to anchor your flower in that place so that you'll be able to peel up the petals. Again, you don't have to use a pipe cleaner. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner because that's what I have, but I also have, an arts and crafts pavilion that's well stocked. But you could use a paper clip. You could use a piece of string, really anything that you can just wrap and stabilize and just pinch this together. So for my pipe cleaner, I just took my pipe cleaner, I put it over top, and then for pipe cleaners, you can just give it a little twist. Even if you just have a piece of wire, you can do that. Perfect. So just twist that up. There we go. Nice and tight, not going anywhere. There you go. Now we're getting closer. It kind of looks like a butterfly now. So now we have our flower. Now make sure I have my stem coming out the side. That's the blue side, because again, I want the yellow to be in the middle. The yellow is the piece of tissue paper that I'm going to pick up first because that's the color that I want in the center. Okay. So now here's where things get a little bit, you have to be a little bit delicate with it. Okay. So you're going to open up your fold just a little bit on one side, and you're going to separate your pieces of tissue paper. So you see how I'm separating that yellow, and all you're going to do is gently peel that yellow tissue paper up from the other pieces of tissue paper. There you go. And then you're going to go to your other side, and you're going to do the same thing. So peel it up. You want to try to get it as close as you can to the center. See how I'm peeling it all the way up towards the center? That's what you want to do. If you don't peel it all the way up to the center, you're going to see this part right here. You're going to see the gap in there. So you want to peel it all the way up towards the center, nice and carefully. Remember, tissue paper, very fragile. And we'll make it look all pretty at the end here. So, okay, I did the yellow. Now, you guessed it, I'm going to go to the green. So again, carefully peel that away from the rest of them and pull that up towards the center. There you go. Going to go to the next side. Again, peel it away and pull that up towards the center. We're starting to look a little bit flower-like. Okay, time for our next color. So you're going to take that light blue. Now this is the row, especially when you get down to the end. I only have two left. That you have to be extra careful. You don't want to pull too hard because you don't want to rip your tissue paper. But if you do, it's no big deal because again, flowers aren't perfect. You can always just cut off that little piece of ripped part if it really bothers you. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side, and again, nice and gently, I'm going to peel that up. Perfect. Now, this last one, obviously we don't have to peel it. We're just going to push that up, pull that up towards the other colors. And because we peeled it, they're not, that accordion style is still there, but they're not exactly lined up. So we're going to look at our flower. It's looking pretty good. We're just going to make sure that that gap between the two sides is camouflaged with all those folds. And there you have it. There is your perfect little tissue paper flower. Isn't that great? Now, what you can do with the bottom of it, if you are using pipe cleaners, I recommend to take another pipe cleaner. You can go kind of around the top. You can even do like a little petal. We'll make a little petal around the top. So for my petals, I just kind of fold it in half, give it a twist or two. There's a little petal. And then you're going to just twist around, and around. There you go. Yes, Leisha, you can. Yeah, so you can leave, if you want, that bottom layer. You could leave that down. I've done before where this bottom layer could be green, like a dark green, and then it looks like a water lily. That is true. So I just twist this around, so we have a little bit of a stem there, and we're all set. Then you can take something a little sturdier, like a pencil or like a dowel rod, and you can twist it. And then you have something a little bit sturdier. And there you go. You have a perfect little flower. Now, like I said, these can be all different sizes. So I have this one and this one. These are about the same size. This one's a little bit smaller. Then I have this one, which is tinier. So when you're deciding on what type of size you want, remember, you are going to be folding them in half. So the diameter is going to change a little bit depending on what, how many inches across you have your paper. If you're doing really tiny flowers, like I used to do really tiny flowers and decorate my pens and pencils with them, you don't want to do too many colors. 3 colors or 3 sheets of paper would be plenty. And you just do that fan fold and then you can do it. Because if you have a really, really tiny flower, peeling up that tissue paper is going to be really, really difficult. But there you go, everyone. So that's our final product. Those are our tissue paper flowers. If you make them at home, make sure you show us, send it to us on Facebook and everything so we can see all the tissue paper flowers that you made. If you've missed any of our online classes that we've been doing over this past couple of months, check them out at our Camp From Home page on our website at www.smymca.org. And just go to our camping page and then Camp From Home page. And you'll see all of our past videos, and you'll also see some of our downloadable instructions for some of our videos as well. So you can print them out and do them at home and not have to watch a video the whole time when you're doing it. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Make sure you like us. Make sure you subscribe to us, and you can stay up to date on all the happenings here at camp this spring. Okay, everyone, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for joining me in making our tissue paper flowers. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Bye.